I mean, do I need to say it or do you guys want to say it? Ready?
There'd be a few of us. I don't know, but this is amazing. So, goodness gracious, so many faces. To see you guys. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Wow. So you've had a great weekend. Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy. This is so fun. So I just put on a play. Thank you for those that came to my play. I tried. It was this time last year, someone said, try to do it in January. I tried, I did my best. And I thought it would be Little Women. That didn't happen. I thought it would be Of Mice and Men. That didn't happen. I thought it would be Moby Dick. That didn't happen. And so this was back in October, and I thought, well, what about A Doll's House? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's really relevant, And then it became very, very timely. Janet and Julie are here. Anyway, gosh, thank you all, everyone who helps to keep the House of Bards going. I have to do my little shout out about that because it's just so important to have community in the arts, to express yourself more than ever. It's so important to have a voice. I know you all know this, but it truly is like vital right now. And if you'll just all do it on your own, each one of you, our marching orders are getting out there, sharing a voice, connecting with each other on a personal level, one at a time, moment to moment to moment, because that's all we have right now, right? So please remember to do that. I know I am. I choose art because that's just what I know. But we all can do different things, and we all need each other. So it's my little soapbox. So what else is going on? Yay! It's good to see Lucy. I saw her film. How amazing. Woo! Badassery, yes. What else has been going on last year? It's been kind of a crazy year, but a good year. This year will be fantastic as well. I'll be moving around a lot, traveling a lot. Hopefully I'll see you in different places. Yeah. I am going to Tennessee, yes. And before that, or just after that, I'll also be putting on A Midsummer Night's Dream again in Los Angeles. And then I'm supposed to produce and direct Of Mice and Men in the fall. I hope so. I say I hope so because I'm still, you never really know until you know that it's happening. Yes, I see people I know. So what else? Tell me, what's going, oh my goodness, we have a nun in the house. Bless it. Wow. So tell me, what do you guys want to talk about? What's going on? What do you need from me? That's what I want to know. Yes. Hold on a second. 1 second.
Hi, we had Lucy come to a convention in London, in Telford, but you were missing. And we want to know, are you going to come to London?
I love your accent. I mean, it's real. I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming here.
Anytime, we would love to have you. Yeah.
Thank you for coming here. Yes, thank you. Yes, another question.
I'm sorry that I missed you streaming A Doll's House.
You did not miss my streaming of Doll's House. I was in a new venue, and this is funny. We tried to test it, and when I tried to test it at this new venue, I plugged into their internet system. Apparently, I'm not on the security clearance list. Little did I know, then I shut down the whole system. Then I became on the blacklist. She can't get in. This is all just another day in the life of my life. And so, we realized we could not share this with you. So we decided to go ahead and film it. Oh my gosh. So then what happened with that is, you plan this all beautifully, thinking you thought of everything, and then there are other things that go wrong. So because we didn't realize that there are these cameras, and they throw the signals back to our monitor, and that's where we edit on a live stream. Well, we thought those were radio waves, but the radio waves apparently connect into the internet, but the internet shut down. So we had this beautiful image of the entire proscenium, and then you have a couple other cameras. So you're going to see it, but we had to edit the final version, and that's what you'll see in a stream soon. What's that?
We have question mics on both sides for that, and then
Thank you. So you're standing in line. You guys are so patient. Yes.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
I wonder if you had any.
It's Anne.
Yes, thank you. I
I
wonder
know.
if you had any tips for directing Shakespeare, since I might be doing community theater and directing a Midsummer Night's Dream scene soon.
Wow. Funny you should ask. One benefit of our House of Arts situation where we are right now is I'm able to teach Shakespeare to the local high school. They don't have a Shakespeare division at all, so I'll be going in and teaching them for about 4 weeks. And I would say if I had to pick one thing, paraphrase. Make sure that you understand what you're saying. I would start with just that. And if you're directing, make sure your actors know exactly what they're saying. That would be my one tip. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, gorgeous
Hi,
queen.
Rockstar.
Oh, hi. I brought out my Gucci just for you.
You look amazing. What's your
My
name
Gucci
again?
for Gucci. I'm Justin.
Justin, everybody, look how gorgeous Justin is.
Justin Patrick, just for you. My best friend Amanda is sitting right here. She's too shy to ask you a question. If you could just wave hello.
Hi, everyone. Amanda. Hi, Amanda. You can't be shy here.
My question for you is, I know you've been doing a lot of plays and other things lately. I'm wondering, do you have any interest in returning to the screen?
Interest in returning to the screen. I mean, I don't.
Oh, maybe for I don't know, a Xena TV movie?
Oh, well, there's always Xena. I mean, come on. I don't know. Yeah, Xena, absolutely, yes, but yeah, whatever.
Are you saying that you would absolutely say yes to that? Because I'll produce it. I have a
Okay,
camera. I
you're
have
the
an
guy.
iPhone.
You're the guy we've been looking for. That's right. Justin, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I love theater at the moment, but depending on the right show, I don't know. Thank you for asking. And go Xena, whatever the reboot, if a reboot or not, or whatever it is. We love it anyway. Yes.
Hi, Renee. I'm Heidi Hawk. First of all, the guy who just sat down,
Justin.
Justin, I need to see that shirt. That is so freaking cool.
Justin.
Yes.
Who's your designer?
I want to touch it.
Shake it.
It's awesome.
Shake it like a wild thing.
Yes. Anyway, question for you.
Yes.
Why did you get beat up so many times in your character? I'm like, God, the gal just gets beat up.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Why
You know,
did they
it's
do
all
that to you?
That's so funny because it's all about perspective. The way I look at it is Gabrielle fought really hard. You know? Yeah, no, I don't think she was beat up too much. I had Xena next to me. I mean, come on. I had the yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, someone has to be the foil? I don't know.
What's that? Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're funny. You're beautiful. Yes.
Hi, Renee. It's Chelsea Rain. I met you at A Doll's House.
Thank you.
And yeah, clap because it was amazing.
Thank you.
I loved how it's like I know that men kind of belittle women and make them seem insignificant in spaces, like even now. even though that play was in like 1800s.
It was written in 1879, and it's a patriarchal story of control. But what's new?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
And well, society, and I like how you really emphasized it, makes it seem like femininity is the problem. And I was wondering if you have any other plays that you recommend that sort of really touch on that, like how it does in A Doll's House, because I'd like to read it.
I have to think about that. That's just one that doesn't pop out right now. Because honestly, what I try to do is I try to have something social that I want to talk about in my plays. So the reason I wanted to produce 1984 is because the propaganda machine that was going on at the time that was even more relevant right now. And then with A Doll's House, what's interesting is that even though it's a patriarchal story of control, many people didn't side with the man at the end, Torvald. Some people would side with, some people did side with him, which was interesting. And I did not expect that. And it just goes to show that you never really know somebody's perspective and their experience. So you can have two people sit in a room and watch the same show, and they filter it differently. And I'm just trying to figure that out as an artist and as a human being right now, is how do we connect and how do we stay connected to each other? So I don't know. But back to your question, I have to think about that. What is another play? I don't know. I love all the feminist roles. So I love the ones that are not about oppression. And I would encourage you to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that doesn't answer the question, does it? Do you care? Ruth, do you care? Chris? Well, I know you care. What do you care about right now?
Oh, I can't say that out loud because I don't like him.
Hug you again? Can I just hug you again? Yay. We have amazing people. Okay, next.
Hi,
Yes.
Renee.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for being such a light in this world and community and
Thank you.
everything. I want to know, if there was no budget or copyright constraints, what is your dream production to be able to put on?
No budget or copyright constraints. I would want to do a musical. I love musicals. I look at Adam because I know Adam loves his music. Anything with music and dancing and things that uplift and inspire people. That's what I would want to do. I'd have to think about the brand, but I don't know. But how cool are they? This is awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, it's Atlantis.
Xena. The answer would be Xena. I would do Xena. How about that?
Oh yeah, cool.
The musical, yes. Yes.
Hey, I'm Atlantis. You've seen me quite a few times. So you started the House of Bards, and I haven't had the opportunity to see one of your plays, and so be expecting me in the future for that. But that seems like something that Gabrielle would do. So I sometimes can't tell the difference, how much of you is Gabrielle and how much of you is Renee, and vice versa. I mean, so it's almost like you are Gabrielle in the 21st century. So.
What do you say? What is your answer to that?
Yes, of course you are. You are.
Yeah. So because you are a bard, and I'm pretty sure you're a poet too. I mean, you're a writer, definitely.
No.
You're not?
I'm not a writer. No.
You're not a poet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Not really.
I'm the poet. But
You're a poet. Good.
Yeah. So.
But yes, a bard,
much-
meaning I tell stories. I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how different I am than Gabrielle. I used to ask that question all the time. And I think now I've leaned into it's okay to be like Gabrielle. I like Gabrielle. I love her. She's awesome. She's a good person. Yeah. I lean into the character arc, the way of love, really working hard to get into that right now. And it's a challenge, but I'm trying to look back on those moments and those episodes. I think I can learn something from Gabrielle, for sure, somewhere in there. Yes?
We all can learn something from Gabrielle.
And Xena, yes. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, Renee. I'm Paulo from Brazil.
Hello, Paulo from Brazil.
I was thinking about the Idols of March episode, and I've always wondered, what do you think when Gabrielle started killing people to save Xena? Was she like giving away from the way of love, or was she perpetuating it because of her love for Xena, and she was like doing whatever she needed to do?
You do whatever you need to do. I'm sorry, yes. If it came down to me, I would do that for Xena too. So unfortunately, I would. Yes, I think it happens, right? You have
Thank
to
you
fight.
very
you
much.
Have to, you have to know when to fight. Yeah, we fight. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
I was introduced to Xena and, of course, your character on Xena by my husband, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
And I found myself looking into some of the other projects that everyone was involved in, and I found a short film that you were involved in called Infinity. And after I had watched it, it was such a raw and visceral reaction that I had to that short film. And I wanted to know, what was your initial impressions of the script whenever it was first approached to you, and how was your experience filming it?
So a friend of mine, Randy Crowder, wrote and directed it, and he was in my short film, A Words Unspoken. He played the father. So he actually was looking for a different actress to do it, and he wanted me to produce the short film. And then when I read it, I said, "Can I play this role?" And he said, "Sure." And I was actually just terrified of playing a character that was so raw and had to sacrifice, it just scared me, honestly. It just scared me. So, yeah, it was raw. It was scary. And then what I loved about it is he listened to us when we said, this little short film does not need blood. It's terrifying anyway. So he listened to us, and it just helps shape a story if it's not, overly gratuitous at times, because it's a horror short film. Has anyone seen it? Anyone else? Oh yeah, you don't want to finish it. I had to watch it over and over again at the film festivals, and it was unbearable. It was awful. But sometimes you need to do these things. Ruth, what do you think? It's all good. Yes.
Hello. I just want to say thank you for coming back for the photo op. I was late. It was super embarrassing, guys, but she actually came back after it was done to take a photo. So thank you. You're like the sweetest person ever. The reboot is happening now. You look like you came out of a spaceship. You're like future Gabrielle. It's beautiful, okay? My question for you is, of all the things in the Xenoverse, whether it's real, whether it's a plot or anything else, what is your favorite creative thing that changed you, where you had a moment where you said, this is crazy, your like mindset just totally changed? So what's something creative from the Xenoverse that just... Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm.
Changed my mindset?
But what opened your mind to like, this is where I am now, or I've made it big, or this is what I want to do, or where you
honestly,
realize, yes.
I think I always try to keep growing, but I'm more frustrated now with our community than I've ever been, and I think that my mind was open to the potential that the show provided, the progressiveness that the show provided was just so inspiring to me. Watching Rob and all the writers, that was mind-boggling. And then the detail of the quality of the work behind it all was incredible. And I just thought that after that we're only going to move forward. And so, I don't know. I'd say overall the whole show was like top notch, and that was cool. Yeah, the detail.
That's sweet, thank you.
Beautiful, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I bet you know that Gabrielle's midriff was responsible for sleepless nights of women and men around the globe. And I just want to ask you if you can share the secrets to Gab's magical abs, and how hard was it for you to keep up that physique?
What's that? Gab's
magical
abs.
abs.
Gab's abs. I don't know. What's that? Gab's magical abs? I don't know what about that. I honestly was just trying to keep up. You know, I was just trying to walk behind Argo and, yeah, no. Those outfits were just, they were just tiny, you know. I don't know. There's truly nothing. It's just like the costumers keep pulling it up, you know. You're like, I'm sorry. No, yeah. What do you do? What do you do to stay fit?
What I do?
Yeah.
What do you mean, for sport?
For your abs.
For abs? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you call them. Like, you put your legs up?
Yeah, you put your legs up.
Sit-ups? Crunches,
And
exactly.
sit-ups,
Thank you.
crouches.
Crunches, sit-ups,
Yeah.
planks, whatever's there.
No.
And a good nutrition, of course.
What's that?
Good nutrition.
Good nutrition. They fed us so well. I mean, the caterers that worked for the entire crew were holistic. I felt. What are you guys laughing at? They would just make holistic food, you know. But then, you know, of course, there was like the tea at the end of the day and the puddings and stuff. I know Lucy would talk about that, but I just have to stay away from those things whenever I can. Yeah. But yeah, and I don't do those things. Can you tell? Anyway, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody? Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Renee. My name is Cindy. I'm from Texas. And I was wondering if you would consider doing any type of theatrical production in your home state so that we can honor you there.
Thank you. Possibly. I think if the House of Bards keeps growing, that there's always the potential to take a production to a different state. And obviously, Texas would be the first one I would go to. I just don't know. You know, a lot of it is all about venues and actors and just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But I definitely have thought about that, where I would go in Austin or near Austin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Sweet. So what else is going on, you guys? I mean, not about me. What else is going on with you? I want to know what about you guys. You guys are, yeah? Hold on.
My name is Jackie, and life is going great. This is amazing. This is the best. Third. Life is great. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Yes, Adam. Is there a lady back there that's? It's your birthday. What's your name?
Drew.
It's Drew's birthday. May we sing to Drew? Drew and Billy and Drew. And Amanda. Oh boy. Billy, Drew, Amanda. Okay, here we go. Let's just sing happy birthday to anyone. Anyone who had a birthday all year. Yeah? Let's just all sing happy. Okay, here we go. We're going to sing happy birthday to everyone who had a birthday all year on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear everybody.
Everyone all year.
Happy birthday to you. And many more.
You guys are sweet. First time? He's sweet. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah? Right.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just so excited. Everybody here has been super awesome. Everywhere we walk, we're like, hey, hi. Like, it's been wonderful. And it's like we're first time.
It's a community here. It's a family. We've been talking about that. I mean, this is 30 years. And it is, we see people that I have grown up with, like, right? I mean, seriously, you know, it's been a long time. And so it is an amazing group of people. Thank you for my pants. Thank you. My pants. It's time for the movie. There's a Funko Pop. Where is it? Oh, I know. It's so funny. Apparently there's some bloopers. I went on and on and on playing with the dolls, and they were filming it. So. No, there's not a frozen Gabby. Thank goodness. No. Yeah, it's not. I know, they're so cute. What else is going on over there?
Hi, Renee. I'm Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
I was wondering, was there ever like a moment or series of moments when you realized just how big the show had become? And can you recall that? Like, what made it so you were like, wow, this is a phenomenon that I'm a part of?
Actually, I have to say it was the community that came to see Lucy. And it was, what, 1996 or 7? It had to be 1997 that Lucy was here for the first time with Adam and Gary. And the turnout, I was just amazed. And Lucy came back and told me about all the people who cared so much about the show. And you know, I thought, well, that was when I thought, well, there's something here that is very special. But you know, I don't think I have seen, at the time, had not seen very many episodes. Because I remember in the process of editing, I mean, they were editing as we were going. And it took a while for me to see a final product of the episodes, to see what they had in mind, what was in Rob's head. And it was cool, it was exciting, but I had no idea. I had no freaking idea. I mean, this is amazing. It's so beautiful and profound. But no, I was mostly the community that came out to show up. You know, we all showed up for each other. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was 1997. Crazy. Yes.
Hi, Renee.
Hello.
My question is, and this is about you, so bear with me, but I think Lucy has said that in regards to action, at least, Xena was 50% her, Lucy, to about 50% stunties and editing. So for you, how much was Gabrielle you versus stunties and editing?
I'd have to say the writing first started Gabrielle, because without the writers giving Gabrielle the voice, I wouldn't have the ability to have the picture of the greater good, the fight for the greater good, you know? So it started with the writers, and then with the stunties, they just made us look amazing. I mean, Zoe Bell, holy moly. And the Gabrielle stunt doubles, the fight team, the stunt teams, I'd say it was, more than 50-50. There's so many more people that helped Gabrielle become who she is, that I'm a part of it. I'm one voice, you know. I'm able to understand her emotional depth, but everything else they put there to give me the opportunity to throw it up, you know. So, I don't know, 25%? I'm about 25%. In a good way. That's strong. I mean, you have writers, you have costumers, you have editors, you have producers. That's a lot of people. You have, yeah, a strong 25. But definitely, there's a lot of people that make these characters live this long. Yes, yes, yes.
Hello. I wanted to thank you for the show and for being here, because it's my first convention and I've been dreaming about it like for years.
Wow. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for being here. And I wanted to ask you, do you have like favorite fight from the show? Maybe the most interesting to film or the most meaningful?
Right now, because I just saw Alex, I keep thinking of the mud wrestling, you know? the twins and the mud wrestling. That is amazing. And then I think Cherie was here, is that right? I would love to have seen Cherie. I haven't seen her since Xena. But I remember she kept beating me up, right? Yeah, I remember that. So those are the two. Right now, I definitely remember Alex, yeah. Thank you. Good question, yes.
Okay, hi, I'm freaking out a little bit. First time in a room with you.
Welcome here. Welcome here.
Nice to meet you. My question is if you had any special moment while filming you wanted to share with everyone?
I do remember one of the last days on wrapping. I just remember it was really dark and it was late at night, and I just remember everybody coming out and having our very last take of the very last scene. That was pretty crazy, because you just think, oh, you're going to go back the next day. But there was something special about it because everybody showed up. And that was pretty monumental. And I remember I think there was a lot of rigs, right? It was up on this giant platform. Anyway, the very last take of the very last episode was pretty sad, but triumphant because we made it, you know?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And then, yeah. Are you okay? Thank you. They like my boots. Thank you. Woohoo. They're comfortable. I miss you guys. Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, my name is Alice. How do you handle actors as a director?
Huh. Yeah. Oh, you know, I love actors. Being an actor, I love the process of watching someone create a character and create a performance. It really depends on the actor. It depends on who they are and also where I want them to go, and then what they need. What do they need from me to help them get there? And I just try to think of it as a container. That's one thing I try to do. But then I also have a series of things that are a process that I ask of the actors. I do know this last one was really challenging. They had 9 days to put together Henrik Ibsen. Has Stephen already told you this? Yeah, 9 days is too short. But we really didn't have a choice. If I was going to put it up, they had 9 days. And I had this really strange confidence that we could do it. And they did. I mean, it was definitely a challenge, especially with the fires. Every single rehearsal, it was a check-in with the actors. It's like, how are you feeling? Do we need to cancel the show? You know, it's like, how are you guys doing? The holding the container of everything and then acting as well was a lot to ask. But then I found that we created this little vacuum of a sense of security for each other, because at least that was normal. We knew, okay, we were going to show up in the theater, we were going to work the next day, show up in the theater and work, and we just kept that consistency. And then we tried to stay as flexible as possible to everybody else. So with that, you have to know that everything that each person is going through is affecting their character choices. It's affecting their reactions. And you work through it together. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Paraphrasing is a good one, though. I love paraphrasing right now for high literature. Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Katie.
I just want to take a moment. I'm one of the old guards that's been watching from day one and been a part of this. And
thank you.
I just want to thank you personally. I know it was just not just a job, but the TV show and stuff. But
it wasn't just a job.
No, for sure.
I poured so much love into it. Definitely.
Yeah, and the impact you had on lives, you probably will never know, but I know me personally. I just come out and had nothing to look at because I've been thrown out of my church and all the other stuff that you go through. That
I am so sorry.
Oh, I'm fine now. I'm much stronger and stronger. But your
I hear
show
you.
allowed a lot of us to see ourselves,
Yep.
even though I know it wasn't intended that way, but it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
It just gave us hope. It gave us hope to see two strong women.
And so where
fighting.
do you find your hope right now?
Hmm?
Where do you find your hope today?
In myself.
There we go.
Yep.
That's what we're doing now.
Yep.
Each and every one of us.
Yep.
Speaking of like finding an individual strength in as a person, I think we all know one of the main reasons we're here is because Lucy Lawless, like bringing out a character that's so incredibly formidable, and we can all learn from that. Absolutely, like you know. And so, can I bring her out right now, Miss Lucy Lawless?
All right. Hello. Kara. Hello, everybody. Wow. I'm coming. Oh, please, sit down. Hi, Renee. Oh, yeah. So we're good. No, you're right. So you do it, then I do it, then we do it together.
Okay, we'll do it together.
We're doing
Let's
it
do it
together.
together. We're doing it together.
I'm gonna head out.
Hi,
Let
everybody.
you have time. Yeah.
A lot of us have already met today and yesterday. Hi, Rennie.
Hiya. We're all very quiet today, don't you think?
I can't believe that you're all still here after all these years. I know. But it's so lovely. But I keep thinking, oh, surely we're old hat. Who's new here though? Who's first timers? Wow. Whoa, guys, this is good. Nutballs, we're welcoming the newbies. This is so fabulous. Still relevant. Yeah, unfortunately, still relevant. You're right. Bloody hell. Shall we carry on with your questions? Yeah, I see you, Pinky. You shaking that ass? I see you, Pinky. Who was the next question?
Okay, this question is going to be for both of you. Okay. What was your most embarrassing blooper?
I don't think you had one. Did you have bloopers?
I did, but it was more than embarrassing. It was it was inadvertently, completely sort of sexual and weird that it would never make any blooper reel, but it was, no, because I think we have little children in the room, but anyway, there was something completely gross. It's the only thing that comes to mind. I just can't tell the story right now. But thanks for bringing it up. Do you have one, Rin?
No. I just remember we would have this red light, and the red light would go up. And so I just remember red lights up. Do you remember that?
Red light up. And everybody's eyebrows would start going like this, because that was your cue to do your pelvic floor exercises.
So what she just said is it was the cue for everyone on the crew to do pelvic floor exercises. And so I remember red light up, and then so we would be filming, and I'm still watching someone like,
yeah.
That's
right.
That was fun.
I forgot about that.
The things you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If we're streaming,
Hi.
we are streaming. We have to be really clean. That's right.
Oh, we're streaming. Super. I'm glad I didn't tell that nasty
Not that we
story.
wouldn't be clean, but what message do we have? Yes.
I'm Vic. This is my first time at a convention.
Yay!
Thank you. Since this has been going on for 30 years, there's a lot of time to kind of reflect on, this is a question for both of you, to reflect on the show and the themes it plays on and the characters itself on playing Xena and Gabrielle. And so I was wondering, after 30 years, what are some themes or roles playing these characters that come up in your life today?
Friendship. Yeah. People you can depend on, people you've been through the fire with. Yeah, you collect those people and hold them dear. Like Ren and I live very far apart, but I know, when I had needed something in Texas, even though she was in California, she came to Texas to help, and her mother to do this thing for me for Never Look Away. Can count on her for.
No.
Yeah, it's a ride or die.
But you do that for everybody, Lucy. You do, right? Am I not? It's right.
I don't
So,
know.
yes.
I don't know. You give me too much
If you try
credit.
to find little ways to help Lucy wherever you can, that's what that's about.
Oh, it's true. Yes, young woman.
Kia ora, I'm not that young, but
Kia ora.
thank you. My name's Sam. I have a question for you both. It is just for those of us who want to kind of summon a bit of Xena and Gabrielle into ourselves, to harness your almighty power for our everyday life. What are some quick ins that you guys used to use on set, whether it be body language, facial expressions, values, whatever, to kind of bring them alive immediately when on cue?
I remember as Gabrielle, I would jump up and down, like the first season. I would, yeah, like jump up and I would do like all these jumping jacks and talk about knee lifts, up and down to get my energy up. I think that lasted maybe 1 year, and that was it. But I remember you just looking at me like,
Forgot
what's
about-
wrong with you?
Oh, no, but I was just lazier than you, that's all.
No, you already had it. I'm like, yes.
I'm doing jumping jacks on the inside. I don't know, I've got a lot of brothers, and I was raised in a pretty kick-ass environment. I don't mean that in a sweet way, like in a politically, any appropriate way. It was just a kick-ass environment. So I just I had probably to work on my my softness and my listening skills and those other things. So yeah, harnessing that's not a problem. It's, yeah, wrangling it more like. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you both.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Paulina, and I'm filled with gratitude for being here because you're both a big part of my life's history, my life journey. And what I wanted to ask you is, if they found today Gabrielle Scrolls, how would you both like them to influence people's view on women's history and lesbian history?
How would we want to influence history?
Influence or be, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like how would you like Gabrielle Scrolls if they were found today? How would you
Gabrielle
like them
Scrolls.
to?
Yeah. Oh, I never read them. I just, This is a you question.
I think they got it.
Yeah, don't leave anything lying around. That's important.
Okay. If the Xena Scrolls were, no, the Gabrielle Scrolls.
The Xena Scrolls.
The Xena Scrolls.
I was telling the story of Xena. How would it have influenced?
Well, probably it's more like a question for the bard and not for the person who used them as toilet paper, of course.
Yeah.
I'll get you there because toilet paper hadn't been invented.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
I would say that Xena is, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Nowadays, the history of Xena is that she is still a kick-ass warrior for the good of all mankind, that she's unapologetic, that she's, this is demigod? Is she a demigod now?
But this is, and
Let's
a
make her
lesbian.
demigod,
I think is what you're asking.
right?
Yeah, more like they would show something important about women's history and about the love between two women in history. So what kind of impact do you think they would have in that sense?
You wrote them.
It's all about love.
You know
about
it was all made up, right? You need to put this question to R.J. Stewart and Steve Sears.
Yeah.
But you know what? To be serious, a moment, that women have always had power. Even like Saddam Hussein's wife number one, was an immensely powerful woman. But I think after the hunter-gatherer times, we lost our status. So apart from powerful individuals sort of working in the background to get things done, women kind of lost their political status. But we've always had power,
But you're talking about women as a community too, in relationships, and we have to stick together. We just have to help each other rise up, work together as much as possible.
Yes, with our allies who are male and trans and
That's true too. Yes.
humans.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to talk about that. Just
Thank you both. Thank you both.
Hugh beings. Let's be Hugh beings.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Yeah, hi. I love both of you. My question is for Lucy. Lucy, I always wanted to know what your favorite scene was from Ash vs. Evil Dead, because you had some amazing gory scenes, and I just love them. And I want to know if you had a favorite one.
Yes, I'm going to say the final dance. I had this green scratchy sequin dress on, and my guts were hanging out. So I had to walk around for 3 days with this, guts baby hanging out the front of me. I'm just going to go with that. That was my favorite.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. That was yucky, Olivia. I don't know why you wanted to bring that up.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you both, first of all, and also Renee, the little drawing I made you. I wrote a note on the back. I forgot to tell you that. You changed my entire life. You have no
Oh,
idea.
thank you, darling.
You're my hero.
Oh,
thank you. I wanted to, I mean, you both are, but you know. I wanted to ask both of you if you had the power to not become Zena and Gabrielle, be yourselves, but go back to that time in history and not have stunt doubles, be able to do all that stuff, like, would you, like, kind of do similar things? You think you would just have fun, or?
Totally. We were channeling past lives. We would totally do the same stuff. It's no accident that we were given the jobs. Thank you for asking. Hello.
Hi, it's Charlie. You remember Lucy, your name Shine, and Renee, that's your name Shine. Yes. Well,
is
last
Lucy.
year I was
Look at this
yes,
sparkly
Lucy. And Renee with
Lucy.
the R, with Renee with the heart. Renee, that's your name, Shine. But my question is for Lucy. Last year I didn't have my hearing so I wasn't able to hear your beautiful voice. Is there any way that you could do us the honor and possibly sing a short song for us so I can hear it?
Oh my gosh, I haven't sung in so long. The stars at night were big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie broom is like perfume. Deep in the heart of Texas,
reminds me of
the one I love. Deep in the heart of Texas. A da-dee-da-dee-da.
That was the last one.
That song is sweet music to my ears. I tell you something now, that is a song that well, goddamn it, that I grew up with.
Why,
That's
who
all I'm
was
saying.
that?
Hey, what's going on, you
Come out
crazy
there,
knucklehead?
Are these two? Sorry, I had to hi everybody. I just wanted to crash their party because I can. But I just wanted to come up for two reasons. I will not be here long, but I have to say, they have somehow for like 30 years managed to not put the three of us on stage. I don't know. I mean, it could be because of my violent history. That's quite possible, but if
Well, let's
it's
get
not
a photo
that.
together. Come all together.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
yeah.
song you sang in that musical about?
What's up?
Everybody here was out of sight.
They don't bark and they don't
bite. They keep things loose. They keep things alive.
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.
Yeah! Hey, good. Yeah, good job. I don't remember.
Okay.
But can I just say, are these two not as fascinating, as motivated, as awesome, and as beautiful as they were? Like, what the hell are they doing? All right.
Thank you, Teddy.
I'm gonna let these kids get back to it. Well, I don't want to wreck.
Actually, no, your best song
I know, you're
was the
talking about,
monkey,
like, all
the little
kinds of
monkey.
feminine
What was the
issues,
other
and I don't
song?
think I
Soft
should
like
be up
baby
here.
monkey.
Huh?
Soft like baby monkey. You sung a song on that. What was the song?
What's
the Joxer, the mighty, roams through the countryside.
Yeah.
Little Gabby at his side. Fight
Fuck, I don't remember.
with
man.
Gabby as a side stick, fighting with her little stick, righting wrongs and singing songs, being mighty all day long. He's Joxer,
He's Joxer the mighty. All right. Yeah, no, I don't want to take your seat. I'll take it. All right. Okay.
What was the other song?
Next question.
All right, I almost forgot what it was because that was pretty intense. But I'm actually going to follow up with what Ted just said about you two looking just the same as you did back then.
They do.
I was just talking to Stephen Sears about this the other night, and I thought it would be interesting to ask you guys, what kind of a script would it take to bring all of you back to a Xena movie? What would you like to see in that script that would make you say, oh, okay, I'll do it?
The kind with a lot of zeros like anybody else.
Oh, no, we'd totally do it. If it was us, Bruce, get...
Yeah, but, like, you have to
Alex
be...
and-
Like, I agree. Would you, Ren?
It'd be funny to do anything with it.
Yeah, we would
Yeah,
have
it'd be
such a
great.
good time.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, but if they tried to, like, pretend that we're all 19, that would be effing lame.
I think it would be a very, very like futuristic in the future where Xena and Gabrielle are now after Xena obviously was brought back from the dead long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it would be what we all need because we know a reboot is coming one day, but we're never going to accept it unless we get a movie with you guys in it, really.
Thank you, good
Thank
idea.
you.
From your mouth to God's
That's
ear.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much. That's the real answer. Yes, darling.
Hi, Lucy, Renee, Ted. I'm curious to know, how did you all come to know that acting was the right career choice for you, and how are you able to find success as actors?
That's a great question. Renee.
I started in high school in theater, and then I just wanted to keep telling stories and acting. It was just a wonderful outlet around honesty, for me. I thought it was really fascinating to see human behavior and how it worked out. So I loved it. I needed it. And then as a director later on, it just becomes more interesting to try to tell the entire universal story with all the themes. So that's where I resonate right now, for sure.
I don't think there was ever anything else, was there? Like, if you want to be an actor, it has to be your first to your 10th thing that you want to do. If it's between this acting and the other thing, do the other thing.
Do the other thing. She's 100% right.
You will never be able to tolerate the world of no. And
Don't do it.
the pies thrown in your face. But
It's
if
like drugs, kids. It might be fun once. And then your pocket's empty, your parents don't want to know you, and everybody you date wants to take you to rehab.
Yes. So I'm inspiring.
But it's a little true. I'm trying to scare them. Look, anybody that sticks around after hearing that and like, I won't be an actor, I'd be like, good, sucker, you're the one. Like, that guy should stay. But, you will, most of you, if you go into it, look, I'm not saying no, but if you go into it, you are in for a life of heartache and, misery and being broke.
I have a question, a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Who supported each of you in your desire to be an actor, if anyone?
My parents never said no. They never said I couldn't. My mother was very supportive.
Me too. My mother was very supportive. The only one was my mother. How about you?
My dad to a degree, but he was like, he kind of had the look like, you are an idiot, but you are my son. I will give you barely enough to eat. That's it. And if you don't like this, my father had his own successful business that he said you can have. Basically meaning imbecile choice or success. You're up to you, Ted. So I chose, chose that. But I chose that. But I wanted to be a cop when I wanted to be. I did. I took a year of pre-law at Michigan State. Did you know? I ever tell you that? Yeah, I took a year. I really wanted to be a cop. And I started to train for the force, and then I was like, I think I really love acting, and I kind of switched. And I'm sorry every effing day of my life.
He's not sorry at all. Thank you. Let's keep the questions going, otherwise we'll run out of time. Yes, love.
Yes.
Hi there, I'm Mihaela. I met my love, Melissa, thanks to Xena, so thanks to the universe. So she's been watching since she was 2, so shout out to her.
Welcome.
I love you. Y'all, we just watched My Life is Murder, the entire thing together. And so I wanted to ask, yes, A, about your experience working together on that, Renee and Lucy, and B, a little bit more. I know Alexa's gotten more and more kind of like zany and fun through the show. And I was asking how much is from she's been moving on since her husband passed and all that, and how much is just Lucy showing through?
No, I think it's entirely Lucy's showing up because I'm just trying less and being more. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Thank you for your question. Hello.
Hello, I'm Olivia.
G'day.
I just wanted to say thank you. I really reconnected with the show in 2020 in a
Wonderful.
very depressive episode. I was wondering if what the reincarnation of your characters would be like today.
What the what? What the what?
What would the incarnation of your character be today? I meant reincarnation.
Can I say it? Oh, I think she'd be a change maker, let's say that.
Yeah.
He said Cena for president.
I think I'd probably, if I were in America, try to be, I hate to say it, but in politics. Just to try to do something that feels like it could really be a thorn in someone's side in the right way. But I think I like to talk to people. I really care about what everybody is experiencing on both sides of it all. And I don't know, I think we need more people that are willing to take that time and that patience. So I don't know, I think I would probably hate it, but I would probably do something like that. And I would hate it. What about you?
How would I change the world?
What would Joxer be today?
Okay. A loser still, probably. I didn't mean loser. Oh, he's a winner. I don't know what he would be. I mean, probably work at the zoo. Be happy working at the zoo. Feeding the animals, probably. Well, I don't know. Security.
Thank you, love.
Security at
Hi.
the zoo, that's a good job.
Next question.
My question's for Lucy. I was just curious. I was young when I first started watching the show, and I thought you had an American accent the whole time. So was it difficult to do the American accent for you?
Sometimes I get a bit lazy and my mouth, like I haven't spoken American for a while. I keep an American keyboard on my phone, so I have to dictate in American to keep my accent crisp. But yeah, you get a little bit lazy with it. So after the hiatus, I'd come back and maybe say some words wrong. I can't really remember, but yeah, you get used to it.
It's not really her voice. They had to translate it into American from New Zealand. No, they didn't. Not sure.
All right, thank you.
We're crashing Lucy's Q&A. Should we leave you
Yeah,
guys
we're just
to
sorry.
have, yeah.
I'm totally ruining everybody's.
We want to,
What would
No.
Joxer be today? Hello? No, come on, darling, let's go.
Well, hello. My name is Shalane. I have a voice condition called spasmodic dysphonia, so I apologize if you can't understand me.
We
as well.
understand you, darling.
Okay. I've been a fan for many years since the beginning, and I don't believe there's ever been a cookbook come out. So I'm so glad that Ted joined you all, because if you were to create a cookbook, would you or would you not have Joxer's terrible soup recipe?
Yeah. We would have Jox's terrible soup for sure. Nut bread. Would there be like fish?
No
No eels, no fish. No eels, no fish. What else?
That's a great idea, cookbook.
Huh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ambrosia.
Hi, guys. The Lost Mariner is one of my favorite episodes in this series. And
good
it
one.
turns out that Athena's gift to Tony Todd didn't last as long as we all thought it would. And I was wondering if you guys have any stories about working with such a gifted actor as he during that episode.
He just seemed to me like such a gentleman. And, I mean, he was very regal and all that. But, I don't know, he seemed like just a good guy. I don't remember specific stories.
I just remember we were still really new, right? The whole show was new, and it was interesting to have actors from America come to us. And he brought such a presence of experience. Do you know what I mean? That everyone just sort of relaxed a bit because he knew exactly where he fit into the story. And I remember he had great chemistry with you, too, right away. I mean, it was just a sense of respect with Lucy, you know?
Well, that's
He's
amazing.
a lovely
'cause,
man.
like you said, I was new. But, yeah, sorry, no specific stories, but just that he was such a gent and a classy dude. Yeah.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Ted, I love you, but my question is...
Boy.
This is a question for both Renee and Lucy. I had the privilege of, well, I live in LA, so I had the privilege of watching A Doll's House and seeing the screening of Never Look Away. Oh, shit, I got it right. Okay. So my question is, are there any projects that we should look out for in the future from actually all three of you? That's it.
I'm doing the 5th season of My Life is Murder when I leave here. Yeah. Filming that. And in the meantime, developing 2 or 3 other scripts, which I hope to make into movies if anybody will ever hire me as a director again and give me money to make it. Okay.
For House of Bards, I'm going to produce and direct Midsummer Night's Dream and Of Mice and Men this year. And then I'm also working on how to tell my stepfather's story. It's Eddie Wilson's story about the armadillo. So it's I'm family, you know, and I want to tell his story of a man who tried to make a difference in this community of little misfit arts and musical qualities. And so we're trying to pull that together in a way that we can then pitch it to find the right people. But that'll be really interesting. I can't wait.
Can I say thank you?
Yes.
So what are you saying, Adam? What does that mean? Oh, it's just Lucy's segment. I'm sure you didn't mean that Renee and I should leave. Oh, very well.
I'm sorry. Well, I love you.
Good to see you guys. We'll see you again.
All right. I never mind sharing my segments. I've had tons of segments. Where are we up to?
Hi, and thank you so much for everything over the years in terms of what you've done. My question has to do with, because I grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and obviously continuing, where subtext was always prevalent in innuendo in movies, TV, et cetera, et cetera. I've always felt that the subtext in Xena was creatively written and acted. So what's amused me is over the past 25 years or so, the dialogue on the internet or in, written articles was that Xena's relationship with Gabrielle would be realized, actuality. But I'm beginning to wonder, given our political climate in which they want us all to climb back into the closet, do you think subtext will be making a comeback? Because in a lot of ways, creatively, so much can be announced, spoken, articulated.
Yeah. That's a very interesting idea that that, everybody has to get back in their closets, like artistically. Yeah, we're never going back. Yeah. We are never going. They're going to drag us. They're going to try to drag us back, but we're proud of who we are, no matter what shade of the rainbow you are, or we identify with, and we can change our minds. Just we're beautiful. So that is an interesting idea, though. So I don't know how that's going to work out. That's terrifying, isn't it?
Well, it's part of never giving up, never looking back.
Right. We will outlast, guys. We just have to outlast. Yeah. Endure. Hello.
Hi, Lucy. I'm here with my wife, Sochil. We've been fans since '95. Thanks for being here, and we love Never Look Away. Great film. My question is, the arts has been a part of your life for a long time, and we understand there's a lot of stress that comes with it, a lot of long hours, a lot of physical, mental labor. So, what kind of internal dialogue do you do to help you push through the day-to-day labor that goes into making your art?
There's two parts to that. One is remaining grateful. If I have a job in television and you get an offer to be in a movie, this happened to me a couple of times, and you'd really love to go off and make that movie with some big movie star, but you can't because you're in this job for a long time, and you can't negotiate around the schedule. So it's about remaining grateful, sticking to the knitting, being good to the people around you, and not wishing you were with somebody else. I've got one of those coming up where I've been invited to the SNL 30th anniversary on the 16th in New York at Radio City. They're doing a big thing for honoring the music of SNL, and I did an episode of it once and did this little sing-song that became kind of a thing But unfortunately, I can't be there. I start that day in New Zealand. I was saying, any chance that you can start a day or two late? And they're like, no. And I didn't even tell them what it was, because I know they can't change it. So you just stick to the knitting, be realistic, and I just immediately stopped thinking about it. But it'll be a beautiful event. I wish I could go, but I can't. Anyway, so there's one thing about being grateful when you're in a long-term job. And the other thing, when you're the one who is beavering alone on a spec script or something, whatever you're doing alone for no money, hoping that it'll ever pay off, the way that I push through it's that this is my creativity, this is the God gene, the spark of making something out of nothing. It's the most important thing in my life, outside your children and all that family, outside of that good stuff that we're supposed to honor, this is the most important, most personal thing in my life, and I honor that, and I love doing it. So yeah, honoring your creativity and being grateful for what you have and the people around you when you're stuck in a job.
Thank you.
Hi, Lucy. My name is Kelly. It's so nice to meet you. And I've been standing in this line just to see if there was another season of My Life is Murder coming out. And so you've already answered that. I'm so glad. But when is it going to be out? Can you tell us that?
I don't really know. I would think in the fall, because it takes a while to do all the post-production, but it should be ready to go around July, but they might not schedule it till the fall. I'm not sure. You have to look on Acorn.
I will look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you write to them at Acorn on some platform and just go, when's it coming, it might help. Hello.
Hello. I saw your movie in New York, and I wanted to ask, you had a lot of different points of view on Margaret's life, so was it hard to eliminate your own bias and maybe favoring one of those points of view more than the other, or her whole story?
Oh, that's a good and subtle question. I have to think about that. There were times when I was sort of cringing a bit, going, oh, Margaret, no, Margaret, oh. You know, she was with a very young man. He was 17 when she met him. And even when he's 18 and 19, and they're partaking of drugs and punk music and whatever, even though he was already dealing drugs when she met him, so he wasn't new to this. And he had a very alcoholic father, so he struggled. Addiction was definitely in his makeup his entire life. And even though she kind of slowed him down, according to everybody, including Jeff, still it was like, Margaret, you're the grown up. Just no. But, all bets are off with drugs, eh? They make us act in ways that we might not otherwise choose to do. So yeah, there were times, but I put it aside. My deal with Margaret, in my mind, was to tell a story as not objectively, as non-judgmentally as possible, to have none of that. So the subjective accounts of all the narrators or the lovers was more important. I'm interested in their truth, not the truth, not telling an objectively true story, because what is that anyway? It's still slanted one way or another. So yeah, letting people tell their own truth, that was much more interesting. And it gives the audience something to do, because you're always going, wait a minute, he said that, and then she said, oh, I think I believe her, not him, or vice versa. That's the fun of being the audience in that kind of film. You got something to do. You got a puzzle to solve, Thank you. Good question. Hello.
Hi, Lucy. I loved you on Xena, and I also liked you on Parks and Rec. Do you have any funny stories about working with Nick Offerman?
Do I have what with Nick Offerman?
Funny stories about working with Nick Offerman?
I don't really remember. I mean, he's such a, again, he's a real gentleman. He sounds like Ron Swanson, but he doesn't say the same things as Ron Swanson, And he's just laugh out loud funny all the time. But he's so committed to his wife and wood, like he loves wood and timber and, carpentry and all that stuff. So, I don't know, he's just a quirky guy and delightful and right-minded somehow, very kind. I'm sorry, I can't give you a funny anecdote. I can't remember.
That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hi, Lucy. I'm Sheila. Pleasure to meet you. Never Look Away was really impactful for me. In spite of Margaret's flaws, I found her to be very inspiring with her resilience.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could ask her one question, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. One question I would ask Margaret. I would like to ask why she was with so much younger men. Why she did not want to be with somebody who was her, I don't want to say peer, because she probably saw them as her peers, but I kind of don't, because they were just, that sort of power thing. And I would love to know truthfully what she was avoiding in not wanting to have a fully equal relationship with another grown-up. She did have a woman in her life later on, but I couldn't find anybody who knew the lady, and there was just no one could corroborate it, but yeah. Hello.
Hello, my name is Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
I was wondering if you have a favorite memory with one of your animal co-stars from Xena.
That Tilly, who was, the Palomino horse that you saw mostly with Xena, she was just such a good horse, a good movie horse, very gentle, great jumper. Not that I did any jumping, but that was just a beautiful, gentle horse. The great big horse that I rode in, was it the Sin Trades, or the one where I was going off to in Mongolia or something, whatever that one was. That big horse, Monty, he was like 17, 18 hands high, really big horse, maybe 20, and he died right after it. Yeah, his heart just kind of went, I mean, not right after it was a couple of months later, but just shocking, you know, that our animal friends aren't with us long, you know. But a beautiful, beautiful horse all the same. Sorry, I've got no funny quips, guys. I can't remember. I'm old now.
Hi, my name's Greg, and I grew up with my dad loving the old-style radio dramas, and he would play those around the house growing up, a lot of fond memories. And I remember about 15, 16 years ago, the cast of Star Trek reunited to re-record the War of the Worlds, that old-style radio drama. And I think it'd be fantastic if we could get a reunion of the cast of Xena to record some old-style radio drama, maybe a Christmas Carol, and even use that for a fundraiser for the fire victims.
That's a great idea. Yeah. That's really cool. Well, you know, Joe LaDuca did ask me to read Edgar Allan Poe's story, not the Monkey Claw, was it The Raven? Is that what I did, or are you just guessing The Raven? It is what I did? Oh, that doesn't sound right. No, it wasn't The Raven. But anyway, I did kind of a radio play, and he put music to it. It's one about the knocking, or the eye, or something. I can't remember. Anyway. Telltale Heart. Yeah, but you're right. Maybe Joe's the right person to ask. Hello, lovey.
Hey.
Kia ora.
Hey, Lucy. I love you forever. I mean, you've made an extraordinary impact on my life, and it's a privilege to be here to see you again.
Thank you.
One of my most memorable things about Xena growing up was how she would sometimes say you can't run from a situation. Sometimes you have to stand and fight. And so I have plans on creating a women's resistance movement, given our climate and socio-political situation, and I wanted your advice. I mean, should we stand and fight?
Yeah, I think we have to, don't we?
Yeah.
Because it is scary. Now that bloody Elon Musk has got her hands on all our data, like you feel like he's going to just go through the combing all the tweets and go, you're not my friend, and freeze your bank account. Or, you know, just, I don't trust that sucker at all. But anyway, yeah, we have to. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Would you have any advice and specific, like any kind of advice, something I should consider while creating
Well,
the movie?
I don't know. You've got quite a lot of people in the room who might be willing to jump on your platform there, girlfriend.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Kia ora.
Yeah, a little nervous. So.
Hey, why? Why are you nervous?
Question was, everybody kept asking you for the war cry, but I always wanted to know if you can still wield a sword.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't come up much, but yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like my prosthetic, you know, my prosthesis. It's what I lived with for so long, so yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Like riding a bike. Hello.
Hi. I work for the federal government, and I was wondering.
Still?
I know. I was wondering if there was ever a time you thought about quitting, and what convinced you not to.
Quitting what?
The federal government. No, just anything that was.
Yeah.
You thought that was important.
Yeah, well, I quit Twitter. It still exists, the website. I had to get a lady to handle after that because I just can't manage all those different, you know, Instagram and the this and the that. But definitely there's a time to quit when you realize that you're feeding into a rotten apparatus. Yeah, leave it. I don't believe, however, your federal government essentially is a rotten, you know, it wasn't designed to be a rotten apparatus, and these things are always imperfect, but we just have to outlast this, guys. We have to fucking endure and rebuild. It's like the fire is, that's the metaphorical fires are going through American civics and civil society, isn't it? We're going to have to rebuild and get all that toxic waste out of here ASAP. Hello.
Hello, Lucy. My
Hi.
name is Cheryl.
Hi,
And
Cheryl.
First of all, I just want to thank you for the many years of inspiration, entertainment, and encouragement.
Thank you.
And providing an escape from the darkness that we all can go through from time to time. So my question is, what are your thoughts on the evolution of both Xena and Gabrielle over the 6 seasons of Xena?
Well, Xena, you know, the lead character never evolves much in any TV show. They've kind of got to stay the same. But Gabrielle evolved tremendously, you know, so that's why she was really kind of the everyman in the every human being in the situation. But it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. We went from being subtextual to, I think, was it subtextual in the end, or were we explicitly gay? Well, we're to being explicitly a partnership, beautiful. Handle it. I don't know how else to answer. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this anymore, am I? I used to have
Thank
all
you, you
this
did fine.
shit off the top of my head, you know?
You did fine.
Thank you, darling. Yes.
Hi. My name is Kim, and I have waited all of these years to say thank you to you for the gift that you've given, obviously, all of us. I don't think that it's a gift that we could ever repay you, and it just keeps
Oh, no,
giving.
no. I'm thanked. Let's consider me thanked. We're all here. You're welcome. What's your question, darling?
My question is, seeing what Xena has done and over the years and how it's still impacting people, in the very early years, season 1, season 2, could you see that, or did you even know the impact that it was having on culture and in the zeitgeist and what was happening in the world?
Only insofar as it impacted the gay community, because it was in the Village Voice first, and they made it hip, and they made it cool and put us on the map. So that we were aware of. We didn't know that we would still be here 30 years later, and that it's not just the LGBT community. In fact, that acronym didn't exist in those days. When we started out, there was no LGBT, you know, CSI. My friend Jason has written a musical called LGBT CSI. It was really funny. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Did you know in the early years that it was having the impact?
Episode 8 was when we were making episode 8 is when the faxes started to come in, these big long scrolls, and Renee and I were like going, oh my God, you know, yeah, that it was having an impact in the New York gay community, yeah.
Thank you.
Lesbian and gay. Hello.
Hi. I have to say, you're probably the #1 reason I play female characters in video games, because you're a super strong female lead. So thank you for that. It's really fun, you know, to be something that you're not. I mean, I like to be imaginative, so I really appreciate your creative journey. I want to talk about Spartacus and cross over to Xena because they're very similar timelines. When you're in Spartacus, you're a wife of a man running a Ludus, and I thought of a good Xena reboot would be Xena running her own Ludus, training female gladiators, okay? So how do you feel about a Xena reboot where you're training the next generation of Xena gladiators?
No, thank you. No, but I bet you in the new Spartacus there's going to be a few gladiatrices. That's my prediction. But no, not for me. Is that okay? I don't want to do that.
Thank you.
Gross. I hate all that fighting. So annoying. So many injuries. Hello.
Hi, hello, Lucy. Nice seeing you again. I have a question for the Xena Times. The last episode, there's this scene where she is burying her armor and she holds her sword. And the more I watch it, the more sentimental I get every time, because I wonder what was going on in your head, and if you can remember, like it was the last time that she would wear and use the sword, like the last episode. So is there a thing?
I was going, you're going in the ground, you son of a bitch. Like, yes, no more fighting. No, I don't know. In the moment, I would have been being Xena, being sad about it. But Lucy was like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you.
It was never for me, that fighting stuff. It was just, ugh, torture. Hello.
Hi, I first want to say that I named my dog after you.
Thanks. Lucy Lawless?
No, after Xena.
Xena. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And I was wondering if you had any advice for like people who wanted to be an inspiration like you are.
Oh, look, darling, I swear to God, other people put those words in my mouth. It was I was just the public face of a lot of other people's hard work. I didn't even look like that. Didn't even have brown skin. I'm like a white woman, right? And I don't tan, and it wasn't my hair, somebody else's clothes. So I guess the inspiration is that the community is the whole organism. It's not one person alone. And that was thousands of years ago. So a really, really famous Greek guy said that a person alone is just lion fodder, and that we need other people to be whole. And that's why we all have different skills, because we need one another to be a full community. So to be an inspiration, love the people you're with. Do what you're designed to do within your community, and find value there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't even know if that made sense, seriously. Hello.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
Not only am I fortunate to have this be my first convention ever, but this is also my first time that I'm ever in California.
Wow.
I am very grateful for all of the experiences I've been able to find throughout the weekend here in California, but I do have to say those interstates do drive me a little bonkers. So my question to you is there anything that drives you crazy about living in Los Angeles?
What was the thing you said drives you bonkers?
The interstates. Oh, sorry, the freeways.
Yeah. The motorway. Yeah, well, it's always that, isn't it? It's always the getting across the hill in time. You can only get like 2 things done in a day in Los Angeles, because it's 40 minutes drive in any direction to do anything. So if you get 3 things done, you're like, boom, I'm winning. But the best thing about Los Angeles is the people, because there's a lot of hardworking people here. I don't know, this crap you hear about Hollywood being all like Diddy-like people. I never met them. I've never seen those people who are super flippin' powerful. So the people here are hardworking, always seeking to be better, they share their knowledge. They're writers, they're creative people, they're service industry. A lot of people here in Los Angeles have never seen a famous person. That's the truth. This is a big town, and it's filled with a lot of hard workers. So,
thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're happy to have you here.
Hi, Lucy. Hi. My name is Sarah. I'm an aspiring co-showrunner of the reboot at one point, who knows when. But I also wanted to thank you for supporting the writer's strike. Your tacos were fantastic.
Oh, great, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, were you in New Zealand during the pandemic? And if you were, what was that like? Did you learn any hobbies? Did you bake sourdough like the rest of us did?
Yes, I've got a little tiny rat-infested farm in New Zealand, and I was quarantined on the farm for a couple of weeks alone. It was freezing. I have no insulation in this. This is before I got the tiny house, which is insulated. I have this farmhouse which has got a tin roof with holes in the roof. Where the drips have come through, they've gone through the wooden floor, and you can see the ground underneath. And there's possums and the noisiest thing. I thought a man in gumboots, that's big rubber boots, man in gumboots was running up the side of the house the first night. And the old farmer had left all these weapons around the house, like a great big an axe handle and a golf club and a baseball bat, just weird shit in weird places. And so I hear this man running up the side of the house and on the deck outside, and I go and get this big axe handle, and I'm like, what the hell is that? But it was just opossums. New Zealand possums are bloody huge, and they've got big-ass feet. Anyway, that's where I quarantined. Another time when I quarantined, before New Zealand lockdown, I was so scared that all the people who knew Margaret Moth would be caught up in this pandemic and might die, that I hightailed it here to America, grabbed a friend, and we went and started interviewing people before, COVID really hit. So went to Austin, Atlanta, and started talking to people who we thought might be vulnerable. And in fact, it's lucky I did, because Jeff, who was in the film you saw, Margaret's first boyfriend in America, did die 2 Christmases ago. He never got to see the film, but I was the last person to talk to him. And he had been telling me, it's not good, Lucy. But I was telling them some of the funny stuff that he says that made it into the final cut, and he was laughing. So I was able to tell his family, because they thought maybe he had committed suicide. And I was like, I really don't think so. He was laughing. He was looking forward to seeing the film. And sure enough, the toxicology proved that he definitely didn't. Anyway, he was my angel through that process. I cannot remember how we got on that subject, but
Thank you.
That's where I was for COVID. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Elif from Istanbul, Turkey. Hello, Lucy.
We're not going to get to these questions, kids. Sorry. Yes, go.
Elif from Istanbul, Turkey. I discovered Xena when I was 13, 14, and then I forget about it, and then rediscover again when I was 26, 7. Internet era, I learned about all these subtexts, all this lesbian content. I didn't even know anything about it. I was obsessed. I didn't know why. And then I came to the United States. I sought asylum because I happen to be lesbian. And then I granted asylum. I came out to the world as a gay. I got Xena tattoo last year. Yep. Yes. My question is, no one, not really anyone know the subtext or anything else like that before. The producers, Rob Topper is a guy, man, and then most people are straight people. How they ended up creating this show without making it cringe, That's my question to you, if you know anything about this background job they did. And please deliver my thanks to him, because he did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, this is what I believe. Now, you can talk to Steve Sears and R.J. Stewart, who are here. R.J. wrote the book, I think, that he's selling there, because they were in this conversation. They knew about this long before Renee and I started reading the scrolls in episode 8. And Liz Friedman was one of the writers and very comfortable in her skin as a lesbian. And they knew from the start what they were doing. That line, I'm not the little girl my parents want me to be. Dog whistling wasn't invented yesterday, guys. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's just me and Renee who we don't know. We'll just say whatever you give us to say. So I believe that was embedded in there from the start, from the very first few minutes of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, Angel.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to steal her away
Sorry.
from you. Huge round of applause.
Thank you, beautiful people.